Live tonight on News 1. Numerous interviews with women at the women's protest in Glenridge, New Jersey. And an exclusive interview with Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Hello, and welcome to News 1. I'm Alex Cabrera. Thank you for joining us, and let's get right into Christina at the women's rights protest with some protesters.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm here in Glenridge, New Jersey at the women's rights protest. I'm here with Lucretia Mott. Lucretia, what brings you here today?
I believe that women's rights is a big deal to me. I believe that men and women are the same and should have equal rights.
What made you realize that women and men are not equal?
I first started to realize this difference when I was in a Quaker boarding school. And my male teachers were treated differently than my female teachers were. And also, the male teachers were getting paid differently. And more than women. Than the women.
So you were raised in a Quaker community and adapted anti-slavery views. How did you participate in helping the cause in the community and then in the nation?
I participated in all three national anti-slavery conventions of women in 1838 and 1839, and I was also present at the dedication of Pennsylvania Hall in Philadelphia, which was a new structure built for the use by abolitionists.
You were a young child when you realized this. Do you think America has made any improvement since?
I don't see any change in the way each gender is treated. In fact, only a couple years back, I attended the World Anti-Slavery Convention with my husband in London. And this convention did not allow women, and I couldn't believe it. I'm a woman, too, with an opinion and a voice. I don't see why I wasn't allowed in. That was when I started my strong belief in realizing that American society needs a change and that more people need to get involved.
This convention made you realize that you should have rights too, which is why you are protesting this cause. What do you plan to do in order for women to be equal and gain rights?
After coming home, I joined together with Elizabeth Cady Stanton and called the Seneca Falls Convention to advocate for our beliefs and thoughts.
What have you done since that point to help society and put your beliefs about women's rights out there?
Even before then, I helped form the Philadelphia Female Anti-Slavery Convention, or Society, and I served as the president. And I'm also the leader. I was also the leader of the national organization after it admitted women into it. And after the meeting at Seneca Falls, that's when the American women's rights movement really kicked off.
All right, get back out there and continue to fight for what you believe in.
Hi, I'm Carrie Liddy here with Sarah Grimke at the women's rights protest. Sarah, what brings you here today?
I want to bring justice and equality for men and women. This is a sign to show that this rights need to be changed.
Sarah, what have you contributed to the women's rights movement so far? What would you like to see change in the future?
I helped expand the awareness of women's rights with the letters on the equality of sexes and helped edit many papers explaining why women should have equality.
Where do you get the idea that everyone should be equal from?
When I was 50, I moved to Philadelphia and changed my religion to be a Quaker, and soon after became a member of the Religious Society of Friends. Quakers have peaceful principles for everyone, no matter the race. Through these principles, I realized that I should do something about this. Together, me and my younger sister, Angelina Grimke, wrote many pieces explaining why women's rights should happen.
I've heard you helped write The Liberator. Is that true?
Indeed, me and my younger sister, Angelina Grimke, helped edit this amazing piece of writing. It's an anti-slavery newspaper, changing the perspectives of many. It talked about why all African Americans should be free.
Interesting. And I also heard that you wrote a piece yourself?
Indeed. I disagreed and have written about it. The letters on the equality of sexes. In this piece of writing, I discussed that God made the sexes equal, but men have created women inferior by denying them opportunity and forcing them to do their bidding.
Thank you for your time, Sarah.
Thank you.
I'm here at a women's rights protest with Sojourner Truth. Sojourner, tell me why you're out here today.
I'm out here today because I want both men and women to gain equal rights, and the only way you can make that happen is to voice your opinion.
You want to make your voice heard. What else do you plan on doing in order to gain the equality you're looking for?
Just speaking out. Everyone needs to speak out every day for this issue to be addressed. I recently delivered a speech in Akron, Ohio that gained national attention. People call it Ain't I a Woman?
Tell me more about your speech.
Well, at a women's rights convention in Ohio, I delivered this speech talking about how even though I'm a woman, I am still as capable as men are.
I heard you're touring. Is that true?
Yes, I am touring and continuing to deliver speeches. I have also written a narrative about myself that explains my story and my beliefs. I also talk about my escape from slavery.
You're an escaped slave too. What is it like to be an African American on tour making your voice heard?
Being an African American on tour, I face discrimination every day because I am a black woman, but I can't let those people stop me.
Your abolitionist views. Are you concerned for women slaves or male slaves too?
I speak for both. I believe we should all have equal treatment and the abolition of slavery.
You say we should all have equal treatment and abolition for slavery. What would you like to see changed in America referring to women's rights and slavery?
I would like the abolition of slavery and everyone to be completely equal. It's going to be hard to make it happen, but it's definitely doable. I want women to gain the rights to vote and own property and do everything men are able to do.
Who have you worked with during your time advocating?
I've worked closely with William Lloyd Garrison and Frederick Douglass. Garrison's anti-slavery organization encouraged me to give speeches. Though being a women's rights activist, I have also gained a close relationship with Elizabeth Cady Stanton.
Your relationship with Douglass, people say it is split up. Is that true?
Douglass believed that the suffrage for former male slaves should come before women's suffrage, but I thought both should occur simultaneously. So we have a difference of opinion, and it make us the happiest with one another, but he taught me a lot.
Thank you for your time. Keep spreading your message.
Thank you.
I'm here with Susan B. Anthony. Susan, what influenced you to join the women's rights movement?
Well, originally, I got into the women's rights movement during my work with the temperance movement. I was not allowed to speak at a convention because I was a woman. Because of instances like this, I came to the realization that no one would take women seriously in politics unless they were given a right to vote.
Oh, really? Very interesting. Tell me more about what you would like to gain out of all of this.
Well, I want every woman to have the same opportunities as men. Not only that, I want them to be seen as equal to men.
What have you contributed to this movement?
Well, I helped establish the American Equal Rights Association in 1866 with a good friend, Elizabeth Cady Stanton. This association called for the same rights to be given to everyone, no matter one's race or sex. Later, I created the National Women's Suffrage Association, again with Elizabeth. We traveled the country advocating for our right to vote.
I heard you grew up in a Quaker household. Is that true?
Yes, it is.
What was it like growing up in a Quaker household?
Growing up in a Quaker household had a huge influence on the person I am today. I grew up in a family with activist traditions and developed a justice and moral compass early on.
Tell me more about your growing up in your early life.
Let's see. I was the second oldest of 8 children, and I grew up on a cotton mill. I was sent to a Quaker school and started working as a school teacher to help my family financially.
So how did a school teacher end up becoming one of the most known activists in the country?
Well, I started to get involved in the fight to end slavery, where my farm served as a meeting place for abolitionists such as Frederick Douglass. I then started to get into other issues such as temperance, as I mentioned before, and eventually I got into women's rights, and the rest is history.
Thank you. And now, back to the studio.
Hi, I'm here with Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Why did you decide to start advocating for women's rights?
I watched all the men grow up around me. They got better education, better treatment, and they really had a say in what went on in the world. And I realized that women didn't, and I thought that wasn't fair, and I wanted to make sure that everybody could make a difference in the world.
Has women's rights always been a big part of your life?
Since I was little, I always wanted to do better than the boys in school, try to get better grades, try to prove that I could do just as good as they could. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized that women should have the same rights as everybody else.
Why is everyone out there today doing this protest? What kind of thoughts are you going through your head right now?
I'm just really happy that people are into this. It's a big step for women, and to have so many people come out here to do this, I never thought it would be such a big deal to everyone else too. I'm just so happy that people have come for such a great cause. It means a lot to me.
You often talk about women being able to divorce. Why do you believe in that so strongly?
I believe that if a woman has gotten herself into a marriage that is not necessarily happy, whether the husband just doesn't treat her right or they just don't love each other anymore, I just believe that both sides should be able to get out of it, and it doesn't matter what gender. I feel like everybody should get the chance to do that.
Who have you worked with along the way that you would like to thank?
Well, I'd like to thank Lucretia Mott. She was a good friend. She helped me hold the Seneca Falls Convention in 1848. I would also like to thank Susan B. Anthony for always being there for me. She's helped me through so many things, and we've been friends since, and I wouldn't have been able to make it this far without her.
Do you think women will eventually have the right to vote?
Yes. Judging by the amount of people that are here today and the amount of people who have been helping along the way, I'd say we can't be ignored for much longer. I think it's really going to happen, and I can't wait.
Well, thank you for tuning in. This is News 1, and have a good night.